All right, good evening, everybody. My name is David Rutz with David Allen Capital, and it's my pleasure to be here with all of you. My job this evening is to share with you a live presentation about our business opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to be able to start a flexible business right from your home, a business that can allow you to make some significant income immediately, and a business you can start part-time. A business that'll put you in business for yourself, but not by yourself. We're spanning all over the country. We're almost 5 years old right now. We've got about 50,000 agents nationwide, and we're looking for more. Why? We've got a massive industry we're serving, and we're expanding into new industries, and we need help. So someone asked you to come take a look at this presentation so that you can determine whether or not what we're doing appeals to you. So I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm going to go through some information that'll help all of you make a decision on whether or not you want to get involved with David Allen Capital. I'll begin by saying we're not for everybody, of course. But if you've ever thought about having an opportunity to be in business for yourself and maybe you haven't taken that leap yet because of the risk involved, we've got something for you. First of all, I want to share this. Our whole desire in starting this company was to allow people like you and people like myself and anyone else who joins this company to have the opportunity to have business ownership without all the risk. An opportunity where you can be your own boss and make your own hours. An opportunity where you can start part-time. Most people want to have their own business, but they can't walk away from that job or they can't walk away from that guaranteed income to launch something that we all know is risky. So we wanted you to be able to begin starting part-time and without having to invest any money. And that's what you're going to see. We provide you everything you need. You're in business for yourself with us, but not by yourself. Much like a franchise with a system that you can plug into, we've got a system. We'll provide you the free training and support. Heck, we're going to even provide you websites, right? Immediate income's available, as I said. Plus, you can make long-term residualized income. That means you do something once and you get paid every month on that for a long period of time. It's sharing in the revenue that you create. Some of our revenue we create is monthly. So you get a customer once, but they'll create ongoing monthly revenue, means you get paid ongoing monthly payments. And you'll see all about that. Now we market business and consumer services. You'll see we launched with business capital as a primary service, but we've expanded into other services, including consumer services. And there is a significant income opportunity in consumer services. I'll say this, there's no experience required to work with us. You don't need to have a license of any kind. And as I said, we'll give you all the training and support, and we're even going to give you your websites. You're not going to have to invest money in websites or training or even fees to get started with us. We're going to allow you to get started with us. We're going to offer you the opportunity. You decide whether it's for you or not. It's pretty simple. We also have a team of experts who help take care of all of your customers. Now, two things that I'll share. Number one, we have a passion to help business owners. That's why we started our company. We wanted to help them, but we also wanted to give you an opportunity to make significant money. We've expanded into home services as well. As I said, there's a lot of money to be made there, and there's a lot of consumers overpaying for things or not being aware of things that they may want to take advantage of. You can help bring new services to market and get paid for bringing these new services to market. So business services is what we started with, B2B marketing, and we've expanded into consumer services. You get to position yourself in the middle, helping to refer our services to business owners and consumers. So who's David Allen Capital? Well, my name is David Rutz. My middle name happens to be Allen, thus the name of the company. We started this company, as I said, two reasons. Number one, we wanted to fuel business owners with loans. That sums it up. I was a business owner. I've been a business owner since 1991. And one of the most difficult things for business owners is gaining access to loans or working capital to grow their business. When a business is growing, they need money to help fuel that growth, to pay for the expansion, to pay for more staff, more equipment, more inventory, etc. Otherwise, you're sold out all the time and you don't have staff to help take care of your increased sales. So you need more money. When you're flat, guess what? You need money to help promote sales, promote websites, billboards, advertising campaigns, etc. And when you're going backwards, what do you think you need? Money just to stay in business. So access to capital is the most important thing and one of the most difficult things for business owners. When I learned of ways to bring alternative capital to business owners, I wanted to start a company to get that word out. You're going to see we help over 80% of the businesses can get funding with us. Over 80% who can't get approved at a big bank, we can help them. And the second reason I wanted to start the company is a passion for people like you. Someone helped me get out of General Motors years ago with my own part-time business. I've always wanted to return that favor and provide an opportunity for others. It takes a lot of work. There's no guarantee. Most won't succeed at it, just like most people won't get in shape at the Planet Fitness, but everybody has the opportunity to do it here. If you're hungry, if you've got some fight in you, if you're all about helping other people, you want to help businesses save a lot of money or get access to funding, or you want to help consumers see new services or savings on current services, you can make some significant income with us. Now, in 2017, we partnered with a company called Longevity. We partnered hand in glove with them. They were already a 20-year-old company, publicly traded on the NASDAQ. We were a startup. We partnered with them to help secure our business for faster growth. We're still an independently owned company. They're independently owned, but we partnered, and that allowed us to expand into other services, which means you're not just in business funding anymore. We have payment processing in healthcare. We have telecom services and every telecom you can imagine, and we have consumer services now as well. So let's look at business capital first. That's our foundation of our company. You have a solution for 80% of the businesses out there. And as I said, most businesses are small businesses, and most of them don't make it, unfortunately. They employ most of America, but even before the pandemic, folks, you know, only 1 out of 3 would make it 10 years. 2 out of 3 would fail in their first 10 years. And if you ask them why, the number one reason for failure, lack of working capital. But wait a minute, isn't that what the banks are for? Well, sure, banks are supposed to be for that. Banks are great for about 20% of the businesses, that's it. The other 80% can't get approved. So if they need money for growth, or because they're flat or they're going backwards, what do? Well, they go to their savings if they've got some. They go to their friends and family if they're willing. Otherwise, sorry, they're one of the casualties. That's unfortunately the way it works in business until a new industry came along that we're positioned in the center of, called revenue-based alternative business capital. And that's where we're positioned. So you simply refer business owners to David Allen Capital. We represent many different providers. We get your business owner friend capital to grow their business or expand their business or get through a tight pinch, and you get paid to do that simply for informing them that we exist. And because we represent so many providers, over 100 contracts we have now with providers, we really only represent about 30 of those that we feel are the most credible. But that means one stop, best offer. You refer a client to us, we're going to find them the best offer from all the best providers. They're all simple and fast. They all want to say yes. They do say yes most of the time. They value your business owner contacts revenue more than credit score. You know, most business owners, unfortunately, ruin their credit starting their business. They don't have guaranteed income. So they have irregular income, which means they have irregular payment habits to their mortgage holders and rentals and all that. So they destroy their credit, unfortunately. Our providers know this, so they're looking at, do they have revenue in their current business? If so, we could probably help them. And look at the last one there, no collateral required. No collateral. Here's all the requirements. If they've been in business at least 4 months, are they in the United States? Do they have a personal credit score of at least 500? Are they doing at least $10,000 per month in revenue right now? They got to be doing at least $10,000 per month in revenue. If they are, they meet our qualifications. They can't be bouncing checks. But if your client, and by the way, there's millions of business owners out there now who don't know about alternative revenue-based loans. They don't know about it. And these are the only requirements. You simply meet, greet, and inform business owners and let them know we've got capital for them. Can you see how many, if you were a business owner and you needed money to grow and you can't get approved at your bank, you see how we become a great source. Now, if they can get approved at the bank, they should. It's going to cost them less. But the bank's going to ask for real estate as collateral, right? They're going to ask for much more stringent criteria, and they're going to need a month to 2 months to give the approval. We're going to give an approval and funding in under a week. Yeah, it does cost more, but it's a heck of a lot easier to get. You simply refer them. These are our drop cards. I've got some right here. These drop cards are postcard-sized cards, and we call them drop cards because you don't mail them out. You have information on the front and back, but we just simply inform people, hey, I just want to introduce myself. I'm in business capital. Just want to introduce myself and give you my card. If you ever have an opportunity you want to pursue or you're in a pinch, that's what we do. We give business loans and capital to business owners like yourself. So when the banks can't help you, As that says, when the banks can't help you, we probably can. Give me my website. If you ever have a question, give me a call. I'll help you out. And the details are all on the back right there. They can see it. They keep this card and they go to their website. What happens is they go to the website we give you. They fill out a pre-qualification form. By the way, your name and information would be on the top because you have a replicated site. They can watch a video, click on how it works and watch a video. They can go through more features. We've made it all user-friendly. You just share. They go fill out this form and our experts take over. As soon as they fill out the pre-qualification form, our team, every one of the people who contact your clients has at least talked to 100, helped 100 clients get funding. They know the questions. They get the documents back from your client. They go find the best offer and present it to your client. If your client says yes, which over 80% of the time they say yes, then the loan documents or the advanced documents are acquired from the provider. We get them to your customer, they sign them, they submit it back, they get fundings wired to them. There's no closing you gotta show up to. Your job is referring the clients to your website, informing them, meet, greet, and inform. That's it. When they go to your website, our team takes over. And yet, look at that, you can make 4%. The minimum you make is 4% of the loan amount. Someone gets a $50,000 loan, 50,000 times 4%, 2,000. That happens to be our average loan size. Someone gets 10,000 only, you make 400 minimum. Someone gets 100,000, you make $4,000. The same work is required whether it's a large account or a small account. And here's the good news. Yeah, you're making some decent money, but it's because you help businesses. So banks are great and the best source for the 20%ers who can get approved, but 80% of the businesses out there who can't, you're their source. Now they've got a source to solve their working capital disease, if you will. All right. Now, we didn't stop at business capital, but if we did, if that's all we had, which for the first 2 years, it is all we had, do you see the significant opportunity you have? You can make an impact for business owners, helping business owners in your community and getting paid well to do it, which is helping you and your family. It's a very successful business model. We've expanded into other services, payment processing. Why? All businesses want to take credit cards, and many of them need to change how they're taking credit cards because of this pandemic. But what happens when a business owner takes credit cards, when they do, they pay a processing fee. And it's usually 3 to 5% of their sales. So if they do $100 in sales, they only keep 95 of it. 5 goes to the processor, okay? Well, what if you could go out and show them how to save money? So if someone's doing 100,000 in processing and they're paying, let's say $3,900 a month, what if you could lower it to $3,400? You're saving them $6,000 a year. That's extra money they get to retain. That's like a loan too. That's working capital they can put to work. But we've got something even better. It's called cash discount processing, where they save almost 100% of their fees. Literally going from $3,900 a month down to about $100 a month, $50 a month. And all the fees that they used to pay, they no longer have to pay because that burden is now shared with the customer. The customer who's choosing to use that credit card shares that burden. And you get paid for referring these clients. And guess what? Do you think you got to do all the work? We give you a drop card. You meet, greet, and inform. We've got all the point of sale systems like anyone else. You refer them. We'll take care of all the nifty systems. Doesn't matter if they're a gas station or a hotel or a restaurant with 20 locations or 1 location, whatever. They want a little iPad device to sign, or they want to be able to Apple Pay. We've got all of it. Everything you've got, we've got. Everything you can imagine, we've got. And again, you simply refer them and let our team take over. See, you're going to find everything we did. We've been helping people start their own business for years. Most of our agents are part-time. They're not going to become experts on payment processing or business capital. You don't have to. We've got experts. You become a bird dog, if you will. You know, if you're hunting, you got a bird dog and they run ahead and they try to shoo up the pheasants or the ducks or whatever you're looking for. And they're just going out there to find prospective birds, right? That's what bird dogging is. Now, we don't treat clients like bird dogs or birds. We treat them like business owners who are busting their backside, taking risks, and the odds are against them. They're employing our sons and daughters and our parents and our brothers and sisters. They're employing our neighbors, and they're going for it, and they're willing to sacrifice getting paid so that they can take care of others. That's how we look at business owners, and we want to help them. That's why we have the passion to start this company. Get them working capital and save them a bunch of money on their payment processing. Let our experts, over here you got the business capital team, over here you have the payment processing team. And guess what? You can get a bonus up front sometimes. It usually takes about 6 weeks for that upfront bonus. But here's where this is really neat. You get to share in the revenue every month for the life of the customer. Whatever we get for that customer, whatever we earn, you get half. It usually ends up being about 4%. If they're on the cash discount plan, about 4% of what they're doing in sales per month is what you make a year. So if someone's doing $100,000 a month in revenue on credit cards every month and you refer that client and they're saving a bunch of money, you're going to make about $4,000 a year on that account. So whatever the monthly credit card processing is, multiply that by 4%, that's about what you'll make per year. Sometimes it's lower, sometimes it's higher, but that's an average. If they're only doing $10,000 a month in sales on credit cards, you make about $400 a year. But next year you make another $400. The following month, another $400, right? See how this works? Doesn't take long, and you can refer a lot of clients and do very well. Healthcare, another great industry, and I'm spending some time on this because here's what we feel. We share what we believe, and we try to attract people who believe what we believe. If you're feeling like, hey, this sounds pretty good so far, it's only going to get better. Healthcare, why are we in healthcare? Alternative healthcare, that's why. Insurance rates are going up, 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 up. Premiums are going up. Deductibles are going up. Confusion's going up. Things being covered are not going up. They're going down. And the amount of people being covered are going down. We needed to solve that. What if you had a way that you could help someone pay less, have no deductible? We've got it. And you don't have to be licensed to refer this. Again, you're just referring the client. Alternative healthcare. And what it is it's a cost sharing plan with some reinsurance on top of that. And what that means is their costs go way down monthly. There's no high premiums, and there's no deductible, $1 coverage. Now you say, is it one of those discount things where you get 20% off your supposed? No, this is a ACA compliant, ERISA compliant. ACA is Affordable Care Act. That means it's got to give a minimal essential coverage. Minimal physicals and pap smears and all the minimal essential coverage. It's called MEC. That's all got to be covered or else it's not ACA. ERISA compliant means it's a federal regulated thing that employers, if they're going to offer healthcare, it must be ERISA compliant, or many companies or many states won't allow you to market it. So we've got ERISA compliant and ACA compliant. It's the largest PPO network in the country. And you can refer it and get paid? Yes, every single month per employee for the life of the customer. By the way, you can get on this plan yourself as an individual once you become one of our agents, and it's free to be an agent. So you can get our group discounted rate that we've got so far discounted because we've got hundreds and hundreds of customers on this, thousands actually on this, that you can ride the benefit of that aggregation of customers. That's pretty darn cool. We also have internet, business, telecom. What does this mean? We've got contracts with every major provider: AT&T, Microsoft Office 365, US Signal, Comcast, Vonage, Verizon, Masergy, 123Net, all of these providers and many, many more. And again, you don't have to be an expert. Do you think you need to build your own website? No. Do you think you need to know all the rates? No. Do you think you need to know how all those phones work and how those apps work and how the cloud system works? No. All you have to know is if you meet, greet, and inform people who are looking to improve their cost on all this stuff, or looking to improve their data speed or their cloud space, or they open a new location and they need internet and a Wi-Fi for their customers, all you gotta do is say, hey, I can get you that. One-stop best offer, all providers, and you refer them to your website. Guess what? They fill out a request a quote. Guess what? Our team takes over and we give you that site. Consumer services too. Now, folks, business services provide a lot of big upfront money with the business funding. I mean, literally people can make full-time income coming out of this right away. It's not guaranteed. In fact, it's highly unlikely, but it's possible if you can help a lot of business clients get funding. Many of them want it. It's just a matter of you being in the business development mode. Same with payment processing, same with healthcare. Consumer services is one of our fastest growing spaces right now because a lot of our agents have they can talk to a lot of consumers, and we've got services that are really helping consumers. Right now we have three main services: Identity Protection Plus, which competes with LifeLock; Tech Support or Tech Squad, which competes with the Genius Bar at the Mac store or Geek Squad; and Roadside Assistance, which, it's pretty self-evident what that is. But let me just go through Identity Protection real quick. More features, lower price, all devices for your tech support, and at a lower price for all these. Let's go through tech support real quick. Why? I just watched a documentary last night, and it's actually, how are they stealing your ID? And it's unbelievable. We're going to make that one of our training tools for our agents because it's so prevalent. It's the #1 crime in the country right now. You're more likely to have your identity stolen and abused, which costs you thousands of dollars, than you are to have your car broken into or have your house broken into. Yet we have alarms and insurance on our homes and our car, and you're far less likely to have those things broken into. Your identity has already been taken. There's already been breaches at Equifax and Fitbit and all these other places, right? Target. 18% of victims will take 4 years before they realize their identity has been assumed by someone else and abused. And it's when your credit's destroyed and when you can't get a car insurance or you can't get a car that you finally realize someone's been abusing your ID. It's happening all the time already. You may or may not know it. 38% will discover only within 3 months. That means over 60% won't know about it for quite a while. 50% have difficulty getting loans or credit balance because of identity theft. 50% of people right now, because of identity theft, have an issue. 66% of victims' information is used to open new credit accounts, and 330 is the average number of hours you will spend trying to correct your damaged ID. I had someone send me a text last night. Said, Dave, give me the information to your website. And I said, hey, if you've already been breached, we can protect your future, but you're not going to have insurance for the past. And then he texted me today, you were so right. Yeah, I've been hearing you talk about this. I don't know what happened to him, but apparently his ID was compromised. $850 to $1,300 is the average dollar amount you'll spend on ID theft-related expenses. It's the #1 crime in America. There's major breaches all around, so your ID is already gone. They've already got your social security number, your driver's license, your date of birth, your address. I mean, Equifax, the credit reporting agent who has all that, had almost over 90%. Well, I was going to say almost 95. Over 90% of everyone who's got a credit report had their data taken. I would assume you're one of the 90%. Because if you weren't, maybe you're part of the 10% where it happened at Marriott, or it happened at Under Armour and Fitbit, or it happened at Target, or it happened at, the list goes on and on and on. It's constantly happening. So just assume your information's out there. That doesn't mean that the undercurrent, just because that happened and you haven't seen it yet, doesn't mean it's not already being sold and being utilized, right? It's only a matter of time for most. Are you protected? Your ID and credit is protected through us, plus your bank accounts, your investment accounts, your home title, your IRS fraud, unemployment fraud, and IRS fraud right now are on the top. I mean, people are filing for unemployment in people's names who are still working. And people are also, and then they're in trouble for it because it's their name and their social security number use. So now they got to prove they're not the ones who filed for it, right? Same with unemployment fraud. IRS, you won't know someone's already filed your IRS till you go file yours. And then they go, we've already got a return on this. And you're like, what? No, you don't. I haven't filed the return. Yeah, someone already did and got the money back. It's already happened. It's on the IRS website. It's the #1 crime right now against the IRS. You may have already been abused. We don't know. But all I know is if a breach happens or if your ID is taken, which it already is, why not have protection? Why not have constant monitoring, which I've got and all of our customers have constant monitoring and constant protection where if it gets through, if it gets abused, you've got insurance to cover it, and you've got a team of certified people who come through and work to get it done. All your money will be, your reimbursed money will be given back to you. Your work hours, if you got to leave work to go to court or something, even if our legal team's helping you, sometimes you got to show up, right? You got to miss work, that's reimbursed. If legal representation is required, it's covered. And our team of certified reps will not only walk you through it, they take the lead on solving it. They're not just giving you counsel, they're actually doing the work. And plus all of our plans come with the #1 ranked anti-malware, antivirus, cyber protection software out there. You've heard of Norton, maybe? Norton's great, but they don't hold a candle to Bitdefender, ranked #1 for the last 10 years. And just in March of 2020, they just did it again, ranked them, they're #1 again for protection and speed of performance. I've got it on mine and you don't even notice it. Safe online shopper, includes a 2-way firewall. See, what they say is our ID Protect people said this, we want to protect your place where you're most vulnerable, your computer. And so if someone's online shopping, you're at the coffee house using their Wi-Fi, you don't think they can capture every data item that's going from your computer to the Wi-Fi signal? They can. They got devices who can pull it down just like a walkie-talkie. It's so simple, right? Secure file storage and file shredder comes with this, and it provides you the best. Look at this. You've heard of McAfee and Symantec. That's Norton. They're ranked pretty good. They got a 5 out of 6. We got a 5.94 out of 6. This was February of 2020. And by the way, from 2011 through February 2020, 10 years, they've been #1, and it's best protection and best performance. So you get that included with your program. Now, our standard system gives you all the features, all the dark web, but check this out. You've heard of LifeLock. LifeLock only gives you $25,000 in protection on their basic plan. We give $1 million. You hear them say $1 million on the commercial. That's for their Grand Poobah plan. Their basic plan is only 25 grand. Our basic plan is $1 million. Their basic plan gives you no coverage, no Norton or anything like that. So it's only in their Grand Poobah plan. And by the way, what do you think? You think we're charging more? No, they're $9.99 a month for the first year. Then it goes up to $11.99. It's a feature price, $9.99. We blow them away. We're $7.99 a month, starting immediately, and it doesn't go up. In fact, if our prices go down, which they just did, it automatically applies to you. We were $9.99 a month until last month. Now we're $7.99, and all the old customers are being billed $7.99. They're not paid the higher price. They don't have to pay more. And the family plan is only $14.99. You get your spouse and your kids covered, protect them all, $15 a month, $1 million in protection. That's pretty darn cool. Now, we've got a plus plan to compete with LifeLock's Grand Poobah Plus plan, and they're basically the same. It's got all the basic features plus all the credit monitoring, social security monitor, fictitious identity monitoring, data breach notification, all the same thing. 3 credit bureau monitoring. If you got some problems with your credit report, they've got a dispute area where you can dispute those things. Sex offenders, everything in there. You've got all the protection you need. And LifeLock helped lead this. They helped create this package. But you know, our process, our provider has been in business longer than LifeLock. DAC hasn't, but all we did was partner with someone who's supplying some of the biggest companies in the world this product, okay? And now they do $1 million. Now they do give Norton antivirus. It's not as good as ours, but it's good, just not as good as ours. And what do they charge? They charge $30 a month, and $35 after a year. It goes up to $35, so you get an introductory price. What do we charge? $20 a month, $19.99. We're saving you 33%. 33% we're saving. And we've got a family plan as well, $50 for your entire family on this plan. They don't have a family plan. They charge per member. You get a couple members with them, and our family plan's blowing them away. So you can see we've got the same quality plus extra features in the basic plan at a lower price, and we've got the same features plus better quality identity protection, better quality bit defender, better quality two-way firewall, top performer, all that at 33% the price. And by the way, because you're an agent, you'll actually get paid on your own service too. 10% of every customer you refer, you can get paid. Now, you earn monthly residual. You refer a client once, you get paid every single month. That's our ID Protect. To order, it's simple. You go to dacprotect.com. That's all they would do. You'll get a replicated site. It'll be dacprotect.com/your ID number, which we'll give you. You'd refer that to people, and we go from there. I'm going to go through these other two real quick because this is a presentation. It's not meant to be all the details. Training will cover that. But Tech Squad, you've heard of Geek Squad. Geek Squad used to only cover 2 devices. They came out with a new plan that covers every device in your home, but all the old people are still on the old 2-device plan. They didn't move everyone automatically like we would do. So we have every device in your home. We've always had this. They just did that. 24/7 virtual support, unlimited minutes, discounts on local support if someone does have to come in. You plus get the Bit Defender antivirus software with this, which sold alone, it's almost $100 just for this. Okay, this comes with our Tech Squad. Self-help database, unlimited use, and our plan is only $164 a year versus $199 a year for Geek Squads. So you're saving, again, about 15–20%. Or you can do it monthly with us. You can't do them monthly. You got to pay them $200. You can't do a month-to-month. We do it month-to-month. It's only $15 a month to get you covered. And again, you earn residual income on your own service and theirs. You'd save 10% off of that, $15 even if you're an agent. Pretty darn cool. Roadside assistance, you got a blown tire, you need a flat tire change, dead battery, you need battery jump, out of gas, need some fuel. Everyone's run out of gas before. Everyone's had a dead battery. Locked out, you get locksmith services. That's not cheap. It's nice to have. Plus rental car discounts. There's no annual membership required like with insurance companies. 2 people for only $121 a year. 2 people only. Or you can do $10.99 a month for 2 people. Now that's cool is I've got this card, I'm covered. If I'm in my car, I'm covered. If I'm in your car, I'm covered. Isn't that cool? So it covers the driver. It doesn't cover the car. So that's really cool. It would protect you wherever you go. $11 a month. And again, you get residual income. You're in 10%. So you're going to get 10% off that $11 even. So I've gone through a lot of services. And this is what I want to say. By the way, you can get a bundle of all 3 of them for only $45, which is, I'm on the bundle actually. I was paying $60 a month for this. We just lowered it to $44 2 weeks ago. It was $59.99. It was our favorite package. Now it's only $44.99 and everyone gets it, $44.99 a month. And again, you get 10% off that if you order it for yourself, if you're an agent. So let's just stop here for a minute. You can start a business right now. I've talked a lot. You can start a business right now where you can start for free. In business for yourself, not by yourself, because we're going to provide you the system. You don't have to figure out what websites you want or where to get them and all that because we're going to give you the websites. You don't have to website design. You don't have to pay the money for that designer. We're going to give you the websites. We made changes to the sites today. Every one of our agents instantly had those upgrades. We're going to give you marketing collateral ideas. We're going to put some documents in our agent resource center. We're going to have access to cloud-based training for free. We're going to give you everything you need to go succeed. Only thing we can't do is do it for you. You got to get out there and do it. But if you actually refer clients, our team then takes over and does it. And they are the ones who answer all the heavy lifting questions for your customers. Now, I get pretty excited about this because I know some of you watching right now may say yes to this business. And this can become a very successful business for you. So that's what moves us. That's why I'm doing this live myself here Thursday night. And I also know we're not for everybody. The business capital in the center there was our heart. It's what we started the company for because we wanted to fuel those business owners who needed funding. Now, you can earn significant income, 4% minimum, for referring our loans. Paid next Friday. The Friday after they fund, you're paid. There's people who got paid today. It's going to be in their account tomorrow who got the clients yesterday. They got funding yesterday, who applied 3 or 4 days ago. Our process is under a week. They go from application, package, offer, accept that offer, and funding is a couple days. And you get paid the following Friday. That can be huge, 4% of the loan amount. Now, payment processing and healthcare, alternative healthcare and alternative payment processing, saving those business owners a ton of money, almost 100% of their fees. Less than 5% of the businesses in America have cash discount processing right now, and we're bringing it forward, and you can help bring it forward. 5 years from now, everyone will. Cash discount processing, when you go pay for gas at the pump, do you know when you put in your credit card, you pay a credit card price? If you go in and pay cash, you know you pay a discounted price? It's called cash discount processing. That's been in gas pumps now for years. There was a time that didn't exist. Now anyone who's got an updated gas pump's got it. You'll go into one every once in a while in some small town who hasn't updated their gas pumps yet, and you're still paying the same price, whether it's cash or credit. But for the most part, every gas station I go around, and you probably go around, has cash discount processing. Credit card price, cash price. They're different. Guess what? Restaurants are going that way now. It's now compliant in every state, and nobody's got it yet. But they all want it. And we've got all the state-of-the-art technology and the state-of-the-art processing with lower fees, where the fee is borne by the customer choosing to use the credit card rather than the business owner who's providing a service. And they're trying to help the people be able to benefit by paying with credit. But now they got to give up 5% of their sales because someone used a credit card. How about not doing that? How about letting that fee be the burden of the customer choosing to use it? If they use cash or debit, they pay the same. But if they use credit, which costs the business owner more, then they pay a little premium. Doesn't that make sense? Nobody has it yet. Everybody wants it. We've now got compliant in every state equipment and plans, and we're moving it forward to business owners. And I would say about 95% of our customers we're getting now are switching to that rather than our standard, which is a savings. But they want the massive savings. Help the business today. Kelsey was telling me, I think there's $2,500 a month we saved them. That's 2,500 times 12. You do the math. It's what, $30,000 a year we're saving them just in processing fees. It's 150 grand over 5 years. Is that a difference maker? They're still taking credit cards the same way. Healthcare, massive change, massive benefit. And we've got some healthcare announcements coming Tuesday with some upfront cash bonuses coming. You're going to want to hear about that Tuesday. And of course, business telecom. Now, consumer services, we've got a ripple effect. We'll put on tens of thousands of consumer services quickly. We've got 50,000 agents. We're growing agents every day. You'll end up having a lot of personal customers, and you can actually build a team as well. Let's talk compensation, and we're done. You can get started with us, self-employed, just B2B marketing our services to business owners, B2C, marketing our business services to customers, consumers, and you can get paid for that. Big upfront money on funding, big residuals on payment processing, healthcare, and telecom, and big residuals on consumer services. You can do that. Or you can do what Century 21 did and say, we're not just going to be one person selling homes. We're going to allow brokers to build teams and build teams and build teams and build teams. We're going to have agent offices all over the country where people can grow and sell homes. And Remax copied it, and Century 21 did it, and McDonald's did it, and Burger. More locations equals more revenue, right? Economies of scale. And we're doing the same thing. We're allowing you to do the same thing. You can build a team if you want. You never have to. You can. They don't have to invest any money, and you don't have to invest any money to take advantage of this. But yeah, you get paid on all their performance. So let's just show you real quickly the 3 ways you get paid, and we'll be done. Number 1, personal clients. We've made that clear. 4% of all business funding you earn, 4 to 6.5% minimum. Again, we do from 10,000 to $1 million. If you can do the math, payment processing, you get half the profit we get on it every month. We split the profit with you every month, not just once, not some referral fee, every single month. You share. We partner in the profit on that. You brought us the client, you should benefit for life. We did the work helping to land the client and build the relationships with all the providers. We take care of the customer, you bring the customer to us, we'll split the profit with you. Again, about 4% of whatever they're doing in monthly revenue is about what you'll make a year. If they're doing $100,000 a month in revenue, you'll probably make about $4,000 a year. How many accounts you got to refer to make some good money if you're making $4 grand a year? Our average customer is $25,000. So you make $1,000 a year on average per customer you refer. $25,000 in monthly processing. Some are only doing 3, some are doing 50, right? Make $1,000 a year for every customer you refer to payment processing on average. What if you just refer 100? What's 100 times 1,000? Now, most will never do that. See the disclaimer on the bottom? I got to say, most will never do that. But we don't stop you from doing it. You stop you from doing it. People stop themselves from doing it. We don't. We encourage and help. Healthcare, $12 to $19 per employee. The average employer who signs up has 10 employees. So you make about $2,000 a year on every company, $1,500 to $2,000 a year on every company you refer. How many companies you got to refer to do well? Not a whole lot. And again, starting next Tuesday, we're running a neat contest with some cash involved. So you're going to want to learn about that. So that's your personal production. In consumer services, you make 10% of those current services. Now we're launching some more services, more consumer services is going to be pretty cool. And so the amount you make on each service varies, but right now on all consumer services, it's 10%. So let me take a sip of water here for a minute. Iced tea, actually. Second thing, remember I said you could build a team. Again, do you think you know anyone who's motivated, has some desire? I know that's cliche, but the reality is if I own Century 21, I don't want to recruit unmotivated real estate agents. Do you? If you own General Motors, do you want to recruit motivated or unmotivated employees? If you own a cleaning service, do you want to recruit motivated or unmotivated people to help you with your cleaning? Your lawn service, motivated. Do you know any motivated people who are entrepreneurial? Who say, my goodness, I'd love to help business owners with funding. I'd love to help them save a ton of money on processing. I'd love to help them with healthcare. I'm tired of these insurance companies going up like this in pricing. Let's give an alternative to these business owners and these consumers. And I'm tired of this identity theft. LifeLock's great, but my gosh, we can get a lot more coverage at a lower monthly price. Why would we I wouldn't go get auto insurance that only has $25,000 in coverage and pay more than another auto insurance company is going to give $1 million in coverage at a lower price. That wouldn't be smart. I wouldn't do it. I'd have to be an absolute fool to pay more for less coverage. I wouldn't pay more for $100,000 in life insurance when I could get $1 million in life insurance at a lower price. I'd take the million in life insurance at a lower price. It's called common sense. That's why we did it. That's why we priced it this way. LifeLock offered us a contract. We said, no, we want better coverage, lower price, more income to the agents. Common sense, right? So you can refer agents. You think you know some who would say, I could help businesses get funding? You know any accountants? You know any people who deal with businesses already every day? They're in businesses, owners' offices every day, and they hear the working capital issue. You know any bank managers who have to say no to business loan clients all the time? All you do is build a relationship with them and say, instead of saying no, say not us and refer to you. Also, you got a referral source. How about Chamber of Commerce meetings? You network. You use these drop cards, as we said. You meet, greet, and you inform. Your information's on the back, right? So you get credits. And if you know any others who, like me, when I was at General Motors, someone introduced me to a home-based business, said, I'm going for it. You introduce them, they don't have less of an opportunity because you're here first. They earn the same thing you do. They earn that same 4 to 6.5%, that same 50% of profit, that same 20% of bonus volume on healthcare, this same 10% on consumer services. But you, for referring them and encouraging them and helping them, earn on all the fundings too, and all the payment processing and all the healthcare and all the consumer services as well. So if you refer me as I'm going out and helping with payment processing, as I'm getting 50% of the profit, you're getting 5 to 8% of the profit. You'll never meet that customer. You'll never service that customer, but you do have the benefit of my success you get to benefit from. So do you want to help me? Do you want me to be motivated or a naysayer? Do you want me to be someone who's inspired or someone who you got to kick to get out of bed every day? We're looking for leaders who want to help us lead and develop a national proven performing team. That's why we have 50,000 agents already. That's why we've got more business capital agents than anyone else. That's why we're on growth. That's why we'll be launching into mortgages one day. That's why we'll be launching into other consumer services as well. That's why companies are coming to us and say, launch this, launch this, launch this. We are an army of inspired entrepreneurs making things happen. And you can come a part of our team and do it with us and get paid significantly. But we're not looking for people who are just gonna, maybe, we're not for you. But if you're someone who says, man, this sounds pretty darn good, guess what? It doesn't stop with your people you personally enroll like Century 21. You can build a whole team, and as they build a team, and they build a team, and they build a team, it's free. No one can lose money. If someone doesn't make it, that's okay. But you can earn 0.5 to 2.5% of all the fundings on your team each month. And you can get 2 to 8% of all the profit that your team creates. And I don't mean profit after our expenses. I mean profit, the commission we get. Our providers give us a set amount. We take our expenses out of that? No. We take that set amount and call it profit. That's our commission. We call it bonus volume. Whatever our bonus is from our providers, we call that bonus volume. You get 2 to 8% of it on your entire team. We're not even making 2 to 8% of it. And you get 2 to 8% on your entire team. And so does anyone else in your team. And you get 50% of the profit on your own customers. Plus, we have other perks. Remember I said we partnered with Longevity, publicly traded company. Guess what that means? They'll give you a $300 to $2,000 car allowance each month by performance, of course. You can also get a dream trip once a year. You can even get in their revenue sharing pool. They're doing just under $200 million a year in sales. Plus, our sales are adding to that. So all this stuff comes together as global revenue, and they put it in a pool. And then the people who qualify by kicking butt and performing get to share in that. And the most important thing is you go, I love it. I feel it feels right, but can I get trained? What about the people teaching people? Is that good or bad? Well, everyone wants to help everyone, but unfortunately the quality of the information gets distorted as people get newer and newer and newer and new people, right? So if someone was super experienced and taught someone else who taught someone else, you can see that the numbers are supposed to be referring to the amount of correct activity or knowledge. We say, don't worry about it. We'll give everyone free access to training. You don't have to pay for training. Free access to training, free access to the Agent Resource Center, free access to our support department, free access to our videos. The only thing you have to pay for are these drop cards. This is a third-party company. What are these? I think they're $105 for 1,000 cards front and back with your private information on it. And there's a few designs to choose from. Not a lot of money. Plug into the training. So again, in summary, and we'll wrap up. You can be your own boss. Make your own hours. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. You don't have to guess your way to success. We'll teach you what's working. No income ceiling here. No guarantee either. You can earn zero, but there's no ceiling. No required experience, but you got to be willing to experience some work. You got to be willing to generate business revenue, right? You got to be willing to talk to some businesses and to some consumers and refer our business out. Training is provided. We'll teach you how to do it. It's absolutely free. No investment required. Websites are provided. Everything's there. So there's no risk except the time you're going to invest. But we're investing just as much time in you too. So we're taking that same risk with you. But we also invested the money to launch the company. And we invest the money in the staff and the team to support your clients. You don't even have to invest in the staff and the team. We only get paid when you perform. We don't make a dime on anyone until they perform. So we're investing in you too. So that we don't want everyone to say yes. We're looking for leaders who go, this makes sense. I want to help businesses. I want to help consumers. I'd have to be an absolute fool to not protect my identity. And I'd have to be more of a fool if I believe that to use the company that gives less coverage at a higher price. That doesn't make any sense. And I know businesses need this capital. So I'll ask you this. How do you feel about what I've said tonight? This is not a close. This is a sort for your own good. I'm going to put a fork in the road right now. If what I just shared with you so far, I talked a lot. If what I shared, you say to yourself, nah, that's perfect. That'll help you make a decision. Nah means it's not for you. But I will say this, if you're a not interested person, at least get with the person who referred you, support their business. Try the consumer services out. Save yourself some money. Protect your family. Get that roadside if you don't already have it. Get your kids that roadside if they don't have it already. Get on that tech squad and save off Geek Squad. If you feel you don't need it, then don't get it. But if you do, don't use Geek Squad when, again, more coverage, lower price. And then identity, you got to protect yourself. Just do it. Don't call us later and go, I should have. It's like saying you don't need auto insurance, and now also you get in a wreck or someone bumps into your car and you need a $4,000 bumper, and you go, why are these things so expensive? But you only have a deductible because you have insurance. You want to have it and hope you never need it. You don't want to need it and not have it. Protect yourself. So if the business isn't for you, at least whoever referred you, do them a favor and try the service out. You'll be supporting their business and you'll be protecting your family. And refer them some clients. Help them with their business. They don't own a restaurant where they're asking you to go eat there and share or have your parties there, but they do have a service business and they'd love your referrals. If you're possibly interested or you're interested, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take about a 2-second break to switch slides. But for those of you who aren't interested, thank you again for coming. We appreciate it. But if what I said you felt, my goodness, I've seen businesses like this, and usually you have to pay money to get started and people still do well. Usually you have to buy overpriced products and people still do well. Usually you have to buy a certain amount of products every month to qualify in your team and people still do well. Usually you have annual website fees or different other fees. Usually you got to pay for trainings you go to. Usually they want you to utilize their leaders. Usually they blah, 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 blah. And people still do well. Most don't, some do. The most who don't lose money. What about a way where you can make full-time money without ever having to build a team, yet you can, and no one can get hurt? If this makes sense to you and you're going, wow, then I'm going to go through the 4 steps of getting started. But if it's not for you, it's a good time to leave. Thank you. Let's go through the 4 steps of getting started. That's how long it takes for you to make a decision. It's pretty simple. My daughter got me this cup. What's it say? Get after it. That's right. So David, get after it. 4 steps of getting started. Step 1, get started. It's free. It's absolutely free. Whoever introduced you is going to give you their website link. It's going to have their ID at the back. It's their enrollment code. And when you go to the website to join, you can watch a video to learn more, and you can see. But everything you just saw went into a lot more detail than you're going to be able to read on our customer-facing, our agent-facing business opportunity page. So click join now and get started. You'll fill out your name, address, all that. Pick a username. Make sure the username exists. It'll tell you if it doesn't. Make sure your email address is entered correctly. Why? We're an electronic digital company. That means we send you digital documents, digital PDFs, digital links to trainings, etc. If we have your bad email, you're not going to get them. So make sure, just, double check that. Obviously it's common sense, but a lot of people don't realize how much we depend on that email address. So once you click now, you're going to join now, you're going to get a welcome letter with all your credentials, your ID numbers, your websites. Every one of your websites is going to be in your welcome letter. Plus we're going to have links to the Get Started training, Get Started Right. We've got something called Service Star you want to learn about. So number one, get joined. Number two, get trained. Be coachable while you're getting trained. You don't buy a McDonald's and say, yeah, I got my own recipes. You don't. That's not smart. You go and say, okay, show me what's working. Teach me what's working. I'll be a sponge. Let's go to work together. And we're not just teaching what's working for getting clients. We're teaching what's working for duplicating a team of leaders, because you want many locations of production, right? So we're teaching both. So follow the proven steps. If you don't want to build a team, you never have to. But if you're going to, be coachable on that part and on how we get clients. We've got live events. We've got agent resource center you can plug into, many things you can plug into, and we record everything, or we try to. We've got something called the Trailblazer. This is for our leaders. All I'm going to ask you to do, I'm going to say this real quick. If this felt right, this presentation, and you're all about expansion, leadership, entrepreneur, you're a teacher, you're a coach, you love to build and support others, you'd love to offer the opportunity to be able to help people make supplemental income that could turn into full-time income, and this just feels right to you, not only just helping our consumers, but helping to lead a team, that's what we call a trailblazer. We need that for our expansion. And just let the person know referred you that you want to be a trailblazer. It's very important. We'll do a special game plan with you if you do. Costs nothing. There's not oh, that's where they charge. No, that's free as well. We're not charging. I've never asked, in 5 years, I've never asked an agent for a credit card ever, or a checking account. Actually, I've asked a lot for their checking account because we do direct deposits, but I've never charged a customer. Not one of our agents, I've never charged a dime to one of our agents in 5 years. We've got over 50,000, never a penny, not a penny. When we say free, we mean free. Let's go kick some butt together. Step 3, launch out loud. That means you don't wait for business to come to you. It's not going to come. You know what's going to happen when you get out there and you're proud? You don't have to be loud like I am right now. That's not what I mean by loud. I mean, don't hide. Don't stay hidden in the closet. I mean, be proud. If you believe in what we're doing, you've got a life jacket for business owners, but it does you no good under your seat on your boat. You need to pull it out and throw it to the person in the water if they're struggling. You need to throw it out and give it to the person who wants to go water skiing so they don't have to be at risk. You want businesses to know, and you want to meet, greet, and inform and let them know about our business capital in case they have an opportunity 4 months from now that they otherwise would say no to. They go, hey, wait a minute. Remember when Dave talked about capital? I could call him. 80% of the capital loans we do right now are for opportunities that business owners now get to pursue, like billboards, advertising campaigns, expansions, remodeling, new hiring, not for, oh my gosh, I can't make my rent. 80% of what we loan for, it's not our choice, that's who comes to us. They've got opportunities that they don't have working capital to take advantage of. We give them the money to take advantage of it. You've got a life jacket. You've got jet fuel. We call it the fuel play. And then we've got the power play, empower play for people that are struggling. But most of the time, they just need capital to expand. And of course, payment processing, all the newest, latest, greatest technologies, and yet at a massive savings. If you keep this to yourself, so you may be uncomfortable at first referring this until you become more experienced. Heck, I was uncomfortable my first job to punch in. I didn't know whether I should punch in early or not and take advantage of the company. I'm 10 minutes early. I mean, I didn't know how to bus a table, right? We don't know how to do anything when we're first doing it. Everything's uncomfortable, but that means you're growing. We all know this. We're all adults here. So don't let whether you be uncomfortable doing this stop you. Man, I was uncomfortable riding a bike at first too. Now I don't think about it. Do you? Are you uncomfortable driving anymore? No, you were at first. I got a 15-year-old right now, uncomfortable every time she gets behind the wheel. So be uncomfortable, but be more uncomfortable not talking to businesses because you're letting them fail. You're letting them overpay for processing. You're letting them overpay or not provide healthcare. You're letting them have old technologies. You're letting them not be protected for the consumer ID theft protection. You're letting them not have the funding they need. If you believe in what we're doing. If you don't believe it, you're not doing that. But if you believe in what we're doing and you don't share it, be uncomfortable with that. And then you'll want to inform people. You'll canvas as a customer. You'll even refer other agents. You let everyone know you're in business capital. Guess what? You'll have 5 or 10 agents without trying to recruit anyone. They'll go, what? You let them know you're in payment processing, cash discount. What? Healthcare, what? let's do this. It's free. Let's do this. You don't have to try to recruit. But what I'm saying is we teach you how to find the right people. Step 4, get positioned. Qualify for higher pay. As you get personal business customers, guess what? You make a lot more on your future customers, and you make a lot more on your team, the people you personally enroll, and your overrides on your team. Everything goes up as you get more customers. And we've got something else called Service Star. After you get started, right when you get started in your welcome letter, you're gonna have a link. It's got 3 trainings: Get Started Right, Service Star, and Saturday training. You're gonna wanna watch all 3 of those in that order. Get Started Right first. It's under 15 minutes, I believe. Service Star, I think that's 15 minutes. And then there's a 4-hour training plus an hour of questions. That's 5 hours for the Saturday training. And once you've gone through that, if you want to be a trailblazer and you're serious, we got to do a game plan with you. That's like having a personal trainer at a gym. It just takes it to the next level. But you want to become Service Star and get positioned for that. There's benefits for life for doing so. So your 4 steps again: get started, it's free. Get trained, but be coachable while you're getting trained. Get going, launch out loud, don't hide in the closet. Launch out loud and get positioned as Service Star. And again, if you want to be a trailblazer with us, does that part seem right? Now, you've heard our 4 steps of starting. At this point, you know whether you want to join. If you're still thinking about it, we're probably not for you. Unless it's something like, I don't know if I have the time. Hey, listen, it doesn't matter how much time you have. If you only got an hour a week, you can refer some businesses and can help them, right? We've got CPAs who give us a half-hour a week, but they refer clients every month because they come across business owners every day who need funding. Attorneys come across people every day who need funding. Bank managers who come across clients every day who need funding. They're not building our business full-time, but they refer clients a couple a month. And you can recruit those people too. And you can do this part-time as well. Then we've got others who are doing this and getting after it and saying, I'm building a national organization and I'm going to have 50, 100, 200 new clients starting every month. And I get 0.5% of all those loans. Get out of my way. Let's do this. I'm a trailblazer. So I thank you for watching today. I'm going to stop sharing the screen. And I've gone long. You know, we keep adding more services, and that it takes more time to share them right. We're abbreviating each time, but I really appreciate all of you who are here with us today. I really do. This is recorded, and we will post this for anyone who you want to watch this who couldn't be here, but just get with the person who referred you. Again, if you decide, maybe it's not for me, at least support the person who referred you. Get on the consumer service with them. Protect your family, protect yourself, and help them in their business. Be supportive in their business as they're going for it as an entrepreneur. It wasn't long ago they were sitting where you are making the decision to try it. And if you know business owners, refer them. But I recommend you all get started if you're still here now. All right, but what I'm going to do at this point is I'm doing this live so I can take questions. We're not going to do this live like this forever, but we've been doing it for the last 6-7 months every Thursday night. And eventually we'll stop doing these live on Thursday nights, or someone else will do them. But right now it's me. I love what we're doing. I love helping people. And if you have a question for me right now, I've turned off the option that doesn't allow you to unmute yourself. So you can now unmute yourself. Don't just start talking when you unmute. We'll try to keep this as professional as possible. There's not a lot of you on right now. What is there, 30-something people? So if you got a question, just unmute yourself. I'll see it and I'll call on you. And be brave. It's okay. There's no bad question. No bad question except one you take with you. You've heard that cliche, but it's true. So ask any questions. It doesn't matter what you want to ask. Go ahead and ask it. I'd rather you be comfortable with your decision and ask your questions and proceed rather than not. So just go ahead and unmute yourself. Nobody's unmuting themselves, so that's good. If anyone has a comment they want to make, any agents want to make a comment, feel free to unmute yourself. I'll call on you. Otherwise, we'll call it a night. Ellen Wynn popped up just in time. Ellen, how are you? Ellen, Ellen's one of our superstars out of Atlanta, Georgia. Ellen's a business owner outside of DAC, and she's one of our leaders here in DAC. What do you have to share with us tonight, Ellen?
Oh, thank you, David. Oh man, this is just so exciting. You know, I've been with the company for 2 years, and every time I watch David do this presentation, I get excited and would sign up again all over if I had to start. So thanks for a great presentation tonight. But I want to speak just a second to those of you that are seeing this for the first time. If you're thinking that this is too good to be true, because I know it really looks that way with all the big upfront bonuses that we have on our business capital and payment processing and healthcare. It is not too good to be true. I felt that way when I first saw it, but it's real. The company just keeps getting better and better. You've got the right company, the right leadership, and the right experience here with David Allen Capital and David Rutt. So if anything feels good about what you saw tonight, go ahead and lock arms with us, and we'll go to work with you to help you start making money. Thank you, David. I appreciate the opportunity to share tonight.
Ellen, thank you so much. I appreciate your kind words and your compliments, and we're so blessed to have you part of the team. And anybody who's working with Ellen, you know that. Even if you're not, you hear her training and her education. You got leaders like that helping people every day. We're just so blessed. Thank you, Ellen. Well, nobody's asking questions. That's good. You know, by the way, folks, this video is also in your website. Most of our agents join from the website, just watching the video at their convenience. We just provide this live one so that we can take questions. But you've got one right in your website when you join in your Partner With Us page. This video is one of the things that they can see, your prospective agents can see. They don't have to wait till next Thursday. So thank you all very much. I appreciate you all. Tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. at the same link, daczoom.com, we're going to be doing a training, 11:30 a.m. tomorrow for new agents. So come on out. We'll be glad to have you. God bless you all. Thank you for being here, folks. This is now officially over.